Hey there, it's this time of year where I get a lot of questions about property taxes, homestead exemptions, filing a protest, and that sort of thing. So I wanted to put together this video to help anyone who is thinking about filing a protest or just not sure what to do, or maybe just simply you need to file a homestead exemption. So hopefully this is helpful to you. Alrighty, let's take a look. We're going to look at Montgomery County and Harris County, because that's where most of you are, and it's be most helpful to you. So you go to mcad-tx.org. That's Montgomery County. For Harris County, it's hcad.org. And we'll walk through quickly how to file a protest in Montgomery County. Scroll down to the button that says Online Protest. You'll need to create an account. I've got an old one that I've had for several years here, so I'm just going to log in. When you log in, it will usually say something like you have no accounts associated, or you have no properties associated with this account. So you'll have to type in this number, which is your property account number, and then you'll have an online inquiry protest ID available on your tax bill. So it's going to be up here in the corner in red ink, at least as of this year in 2023. It may look different in future years. So you'll plug in that protest ID and your property ID, and it'll pull up. It'll say, congratulations, you own this property. So then you'll click File a Protest, and you'll fill all this out. There are a number of ways that you can fill this out. I don't want to get too nitty-gritty into that. If you have specific questions, just give me a call or send me an email. So you'll complete this, and you're going to give them a reason for your protest. And down here in section 3, the question I get a lot of times is, how do I know? Well, what are these? They're super confusing. So I'll just kind of quickly overview these with you. So incorrect appraisal market value, that's what most people are going to choose. And that really just means this is overvalued. The number you've given me for my assessed value is just too high. And in that case, you'll need to put together a market analysis like I have here. So this is one that I just did the other day for a client who bought a home last year in Cochran's Crossing. It's a beautiful home. They really like it there, but of course they don't want to pay the property tax that they're assessed. So how can we help them? We can put together a market analysis for them, showing the lower end of the range of values that would hopefully help give the tax appraisal review board reason to lower your value. So back to the how to file here. The reasons for protest could be that one. Incorrect value is overvalue. So these are very similar and confusing. I would just click this one, but that one is fine too. Any of these will do. This would be like a special circumstance where you have a non-taxable property like a shed or something like that. And then there's various other mistakes and reasons for filing a protest. Maybe you've got an ag use that you want reevaluated. You've got an exemption that you've denied that's not showing up on there. The property description could be incorrect, and that might be something like the square footage or the number of bedrooms or things like that would change the value of the home. Failure to send required notice, and be if you got this late and you could prove that. That's a little difficult to do. I've done that before and had some success, but it just depends on who you talk to and how you go about it. All right, so there's a lot here in terms of how to fill this form out. If you're this far along and you're doing this yourself, just give me a call and I can help you through it. But what you're looking for is, in section 4, explain your reasoning. What value do you think is required? That's super important. Don't shoot in the dark. Take a real guess at what you think would be a reasonable value for the review board to give you. And obviously you want it to be lower than what they're assessing you. So if you're getting a bill for $400,000 and you think that you can prove it's worth $375 or $380, then put that number down. Don't be overly aggressive. Just try to be realistic, but give yourself a fighting chance. All right, the hearing type, you're going to want to do an informal review board. I would go with that personally. Just a quick, it's like a quick meeting. You just walk in and talk to somebody who works there that can help you. And if you can come to an agreement, then you're done. You don't have to go back. If you can't come to an agreement, then you'll have to go back for a formal hearing. That's a different process. Okay. I don't want to go over all the details here. Just a quick overview of how to file a protest. So hopefully that helps. In Montgomery County, let's look at Harris County. You'll go to hcad.org, and you can't actually, oh, I'm sorry, I'm confusing the homestead exemption with the protest. All right, so you'll go to I file protest. You click this under online services. You're a property owner, so you're going to click that. You've already created a login, hopefully. If not, just create one. And then it'll ask you for an account number if you haven't set this up. Hopefully it's already there. And you've got your copy of your appraisal notice. You'll do something similar here. You're going to click I file a protest. I file is just the Harris County way of saying online file a protest. And you're going to walk through a similar process here. Click next. Anything that applies here, if none of those apply, then that's fine. What is your opinion of value? Again, be realistic. You'll call it, I don't know, 375, whatever it is. Would you like to settle? I would say, yeah, that's way easier than going into the Harris County Appraisal District and doing a appraisal review meeting. That's kind of not much fun, okay? To be honest, it's not. But if you need help with that, again, I'm here. So I don't want to walk through the whole thing because I don't want to actually file this protest, but you get the idea there, I hope. So in Harris County and Montgomery County, those are the processes. In other counties, like you might have Fort Bend County or San Jacinto County, you're going to go to their websites and you're going to follow their forms and their processes there. I'm not going to walk through all those, but just Google, something like Brazoria County Appraisal District, whatever county you're in, and there you go. Boom. Okay. All right. That's how to file a protest. Now we're going to walk through how to claim your homestead exemption. In Montgomery County, you're going to come up to the forms, online forms. And again, you got to create a separate account. Oops, pardon me. That's my old email address that I don't really use anymore. And you'll scroll down to homestead exemption. Click that, and it's going to bring up a form. And you'll click everything that applies. If you get stuck on this form, you can call the appraisal district or call me and I'll help out. But you'll click the year you're filing for. You'll say no to these for the most part. If you're receiving a homestead exemption on your previous residence, you click yes, and that makes sure that you don't have two exemptions. So again, we'll just answer these questions, fill this out. Not too complicated. For most of you, you're going to say yes, you live in the homestead, or you live in the residence. You're going to have a general homestead exemption. There are a number of other exemptions you can file. I'm not going to talk about all of those, but just take a look at what's on the screen here, and you'll get the idea that there may be more than one that applies to you. So if that's the case, then figure out what applies to you and fill this out the best that you can. It's also going to ask you for a copy of your driver's license. You're going to take a picture of it, upload it there. Obviously, you can generally do that with your phone. You get all the way to the end, answer all the questions, and then you'll click, well, where's that button? The magic button. Date sign, you'll print and sign, and I think actually you have to scroll back to the top. Yeah, to review and submit up here at the top. All right, so once that's all complete, you'll review and submit, follow that process. So that's how to file a homestead exemption in Montgomery County. In Harris County, it's different. If you go to the Harris County website and click homestead exemptions or try to file that online, it's actually not going to give you any information because you've got to do it on the app. So go to your phone. If you have an iPhone or Android, go to your marketplace or whatever they call that in Android world, or your app store in Apple world, and just search HCAD, HCAD. And when you search that, you'll pull up the HCAD app. Don't be confused. There might be other apps that look similar. This is the one I'm talking about right here. You'll download that. You'll walk through the process. It's going to ask you what day you occupied the property. And then it's going to ask you for a picture of your driver's license to verify that. So pro tip, first thing you have to do is update your driver's license. and then you can file this protest. I probably should have said that at the start, but here we are. So if you're trying to take a picture of your driver's license and it's got another address on it, that's not going to work. So go back and update your driver's license first in Harris County. Of course, you'll need to do that in Montgomery County as well too. But for Harris County, you just use the app, and that's that. So hopefully that's helpful. And if you've got any questions, again, like I've said earlier in the video, just reach out to me. I'll be happy to help. So to recap, just to file a protest in Montgomery County, you'll use that online protest button. In Harris County, you will use their iFile system, iProtest system. In Harris County or Montgomery County or whatever county you're in, the best thing you can do is get a market analysis from an agent like me to help you try to justify a value that would be legitimate and lower than hopefully your current assessed value. So if you've got questions about how to do that, or if you're just tired of paying high property taxes, you want to downsize or move to a lower tax area, give me a call. I'll be happy to help. Thanks. Take care.